What's going on, guys? DadDash here with another video, and today I wanted to talk about a topic that I think is very important, or really it's a metric that I think is really important, and it's a concept that that goes along with the order value concept, and it is something that I think that if you master this, if you understand this, and you understand how to use it, you can really enhance your earnings and really make more money. And what we're talking about here is how to create and use what I call order equity. So guys, take the moment right now to subscribe. There's going to be more videos like this. I'm going to show you how to use order equity in future videos and future ride-alongs. Like this video if you enjoy it, and also share it with somebody who you think might be able to get something from it. So without further ado, guys, let's jump in, let's get started, and let's talk about it. So what is order equity? Order equity is the difference between your order value goal and your actual value. You can have positive, you can have negative order equity. Positive equity is the amount your order finishes over your goal. So example, let's say you set your goal for the day, that you want to generate at least $25 an hour. So you're looking for orders they're going to have an order value of $25 or more. So you select an order and you track it, and it finishes at $29 order value. What you've done here is you've created $4 of positive order equity. Negative equity, on the other hand, is the amount your final order value finishes under your goal. So let's say, again, using the $25 an hour value, you end up with a final order value of $19. In this case, you have a negative order equity versus your goal. So in this case, you have a negative order equity of minus $6. What these two things will tell you is, if you have positive equity, that's going to allow you to have orders that come in lower. For whatever reason, maybe you misaligned it, maybe it's a slow time of day, maybe you ran into problems or something. And if you have times when you have negative equity, that's going to tell you that if you have multiple negative equity situations, that's going to let you know if you need to make adjustments to your goal in order to come in at the overall goal. So for instance, following an order where you have negative equity, that's going to tell you that the next order you will want to target to have, if you can do it, look for orders of with a $31 or higher value that you think you can bring in at $31 or higher, or at some level higher than the $25. So say the next order comes in at 28 and you have another one that comes in at 28, you've made up that last order. By focusing on that and understanding positive and negative order equity, it can help you to better select your orders and be in a better position to hit your goal. The other thing is your order equity in relationship to your goal, but also the stated order value. So this is more of a pace metric. And what is stated order value? Stated order value is the order value that the app offers it to you at. So for instance, when DoorDash makes an offer to you, when GrubHub makes an offer to you, when UberEats makes an offer to you, they're going to offer it at a certain expected value, or a certain amount that they're expecting that if you take this order, it's going to generate for you, if you take this order and other orders like it, at a certain amount. So for instance, let's say DoorDash, which commonly you will see the potential to create positive equity because of the fact that they hide tip, and they're always a little bit I would say that they're a little bit generous in terms of giving you time to complete the order, at least in my market. But a large reason why they can have the potential to create positive equity is because of the hidden tip factor. But let's say DoorDash offers you a order and you do your calculation, which is simple. Simple way to figure out your stated order value is simply take your order value and determine, using the screen the home screen or the offer screen, how many minutes they're projecting that the order will take. And that's simply looking at the time you got the offer by the time they're telling you you're going to finish it. Divide that into the value of the order and then times that by 60 minutes. So say you figure out that you got a $14.50 order value. If that's the case, then you're going to be wanting to evaluate, did you finish at, or did you finish above that, or did you finish below that? It becomes a metric of efficiency. So if your goal is $25 an hour and you're noticing that DoorDash is offering you at $14, $15, $16 an hour and you're finishing below that amount, then you know that you've probably set your goal too high, number one. And number two, you've got to reevaluate your market as far as saying, well, if you need to earn $25, have $25 an hour gross revenue, then you're going to need to look at that and say, well, wait a minute, maybe I need to move markets. Maybe I need to add additional apps, and it will help you to understand, can you generate the money you need off of the apps that you're working right now, or do you need to make adjustments? Also, you can look and say, all right, if you're finishing way under what the app is telling you should, then you're going to need to look at your mechanics, what you're doing, and ways you can improve your flow of work to make sure that you're at least hitting what the apps are telling you should be. Because that's where you're going to find, you may find then that your on time is off. You may find then that your completion rate is off. You may find that your ratings are bad. Because if you're not at least hitting the minimum standards that the apps are setting, it's going to show up in your ratings. So you want to understand the stated order value, because that gives you the goal set by each individual app. And then you want to compare your stated order value to the goal that you have. And then you want to do an evaluation at the end of each day and say, all right, if I needed to be at X to hit the goal that I wanted today, and the apps were offering at Y, how far apart were we and how well did I finish? And then you can also look, especially for apps like DoorDash and UberEats that high tips. All right, what's my expectation? In other words, how much are they really, what's the difference between what they're offering and what they're ending up at? And how big of a gap is it, and how should I factor that in when I'm looking at my goal and expectations? And then that's going to also give the ultimate end result of using order value, of using order equity, and understanding it and looking at the differences between it, helps you to figure out exactly what your expectations should be. To me, one of the most important things that you as a gig business operator need to understand if you're going to use an order value based strategy, because it's the quickest way for you to evaluate things. And I know there was an individual that commented on order value, and I don't think they really had watched the videos or looked deeply into what I'm saying. But the point of the order value based strategy is it does cover everything. It covers you have to have a market knowledge. You have to have a knowledge of your restaurants. You have to have basically you have to have an overall knowledge of how long is it taking you to complete things. And that's the basis for the order value based strategy, is that the real core thing about this business, if you're going to be running a gig operated business, is time and speed. And the only way you're going to be able to know time and speed is to understand the market you're in, understand how the restaurants are performing and how fast they're preparing things, understand when your app offers you the offer, what stage is that order in. And the only way you're going to be able to do these things is you've got to collect data, and then you've got to evaluate the data. And the order value based strategy gives you a basis for evaluation of those orders to make quick decisions. And again, as I have said in many other videos, the point of, or the avenue to success in this is making the most educated decision that you can. That is a success-based decision. That means that you have the most information that you can, and you're making the one with the highest likelihood of success. You cannot guarantee it, but if you are on average making the decisions with the highest basis for success, then you will more likely than not be successful in reaching your goals and reaching what you want to do with this. And if you understand the time you need to put in, and you understand what you need to do it, you will more likely than not hit your goals. So that is just a synopsis of exactly what order equity is. We'll be doing another video that will talk deeper into this on how to generate positive equity and different ways you can do it and how to avoid negative order equity. So if you enjoyed this video, put it in the comments, let me know. And like I said, I'll go deeper and give you more. I'm going to talk about this a little bit more in my ride-alongs. Hopefully you got something out of this, but I think you really need to understand, first of all, what order value is, how to calculate it. Secondly, how to understand negative and positive equity and how to apply that into your decision making. Guys, thanks for watching. Hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, share this video with somebody that you think you get some value. And guys, I'll be talking to you real soon.